YouTube. Okay, awesome. So today is our day 3 of how to be an impeccable speaker. And what we're going to be talking today is about, we've already discussed how to go inside to be able to make the impact outside. Yesterday we talked about day 2 was about how to craft our speech. Today is going to be about that once we have our speech ready, how to make the delivery impactful. See, it is not just about that you have a very good talk, you have written your content really well. That is also one that is very important aspect of being a speaker. The next step is to how to make it as an impactful delivery, because what I want to know is your speech, if said by someone else, will have a different meaning. When you're having a conversation with someone, when I say I love you and someone else says I love you, the emotion which I love you will create on the other person could be absolutely different. It depends on how I am saying. You know, what are the non-verbal language which I'm bringing into it. So what I would say is content has power, but content has lesser power when you compare it with the context and the way you deliver it. Like in the science I usually teach is that when you're having a conversation, only 7% of the words, only 7% of the weightage goes to the words. 93 percentage is going to how those words are spoken. So if I have to say your 7%, your content and the words are in place. Now we need to you need to level up our game by taking care of the 93%. Now, as I was giving you example, that if I say in my speech, when those two words go together, I can say, you know what, when those two words, I can give the same speech and I say like this, when those two words go together, I'm really need to work harder to give little lesser expression. So just bear with me. So if I don't have to give any expression, I'll say, when those two words go together, Sachin, Sachin, millions of hearts flutter. I can say it this way, or I say, when those two words go out there, Sachin, Sachin, millions of hearts flutter. Or, millions of hearts, like, I don't know whether I did this or whether I did millions of hearts skip a breath. It actually was millions of hearts skip a breath. So if you see the same line, the moment you attach your eyes, the moment you attach your expression to it, the meaning changes, absolutely changes. The moment you bring your hand around, automatically your talk is going to be having the power which probably cannot be created by anyone else. And how does it happen? It comes with practice. When you will do it for the first time, you'll only say like this because you're really rectifying it. You're still processing it, that what is the next word? What is the next word? What is the next word? That's a natural process for all of us. I want you to know it's a natural process for all of us, especially when you have to say it word by word, tuck, tuck, tuck. And in a speech is like 1.5 minutes, you don't have a choice but to remember it. You can't just go anywhere. So what you do is you say it like initially you say it, when those two words go out, Sachin, Sachin, millions of people skip a breath. Now that's the way of saying, or then you start attaching your hands to it. You need a mirror. Yes, that's something which we all need. You cannot be just reading from the paper and saying you've all done and sorted. You need to practice in front of the mirror. I want you all to know the first time when I had to give a delivery, when I was doing my first train the trainer in Image Consulting Institute, and I had to give first 15 minutes ka speech, to my friends only in the institute, and that was an assignment which we had. I practiced for 3 hours at night. Everyone slept. I took the mirror, placed it in the kitchen, and I went on and on and on and on and on and again 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 and again. And that's how you master it. The more you do it, the more you'll be able to master it. Now, let me just share with you that what are the non-verbal elements you need to take care. Couple of the non-verbal elements, which are there in place, you have to see is how do you stand? How do you talk? What is your expressions? Your what is your body language? Are you someone who's like this? Or are you someone who's like this? I always say you can increase your height by 2 inches by using your body. Literally, the way you sit, the way you talk, what is the length of your neck when you're talking? You could be someone giving, I'll give you an example right here, right now. You could be someone who could be talking like this. What success to means is this. Or you could be talking like this. What success to mean is this. Or you could be, what success means to me is this. How many of you can make the difference? One is shoulder going up, the other is neck getting elongated. Because most of the time we are like this, we are slouching. We don't even know. I want every single one of you to get in your power and show me how does the extraordinary you sits like, talk like, what does your neck look like, how do you look at people, so that the way you look at them, you literally pierce into their heart. Ki, "Arey wah yaar, kya baat hai inme." And this is all elements are non-verbal communication. They are not something which you're talking, but you're non-verbally emitting it out to the people, wherein there's an aura. They're like, wow, this is like really impressive. So the first thing is your body language, the way you carry your body language. Then is your, the expressions you're bringing to it, your eyes, the way you use your hands. And a couple of the things which I want you to know is, if I've said that you need to use your hand, does not mean your hand keeps on going all the time. Don't make them as a distractor. The moment you say, oh, what Shruti told us, like this, you need to do hand, and the whole speech you're doing like this, and people are not listening to you. It's only the focus on the hand. You lost the war out right there. So what you need to do is, it has to be authentic. And how will it be authentic? It will come authentically from the practice. If you see, I'm not moving all my hands all the time. I'm only moving hands. Less is more. We all discussed this yesterday. Less is more. You need to use them when they need it to be used. But you're not going to be going overboard with it also, that people are like looking at your hands only. Kidhar ja rahe hain, kya ho raha hai, kidhar ja rahe hain, kya ho raha hai. We're not going to be using them as a distractor. We're going to be using it as a power. So see, and the way for you to see is that what kind of hands I need to use, what kind of way I need to kind of impact. Start focusing on people, start observing people, that how they're doing it for themselves, so that you can start internalizing. And this is not only for being a speaker, you can do this even in your daily routine as well. Trainers, coaches in the room or professionals in the room, you can apply it at any point in time. If you're someone stand, sitting on the round table conference and you need to talk something, instead of just sitting like this and talking, sit like this and talk. What I believe is, and then say point number one, point number two, point number three, and that's how the power is going to be. So this is going to be with respect to the body language. There's a lot of detail into it. I'm just going to be giving you some of the tip part, that how are you using your eyes. When you're making your videos, please don't look like this. I've seen this, one of the mistake many of us are doing. Eye level, नीचे बुक्स रखो ना अपने लैपटॉप के, उसको आई लेवल के ऊपर लेकर आओ. डोंट सिट लाइक दिस. डोंट से कि मेरे पास ये कैमरा नहीं, वो कैमरा नहीं. When I have made videos, I have put a lot of books under my camera as well, to bring it to the length, to the height of my eye. So talk as in you're talking at the eye level. Just check out that how does your background and all look like. Do not have a lot of clutter, because every single clutter out there is going to be a distraction. So take a plain black, plain white background. Find a wall in the house where you can have plain. That's going to be a recommendation. If you don't find it, it's absolutely okay. I'm just giving you the best way to do it. Then the next bit of it is how you dress up, yaar. You need to look your best to be on that stage. You need to be the way wherein you say, when someone looks at me. And when I say dress up and how you need to look incredible, it is not about looking beautiful. And, it's not about saying that, but I need to look like a Katrina Kaif or a John Abraham. You need to look your best. You need to be projecting the way, as in what is your best version, that when you go out, how do you prepare best? By grooming yourself, by wearing nice clothes, by wearing, by putting a little basic makeup instead of just going, because the way you carry yourself, whether we like it or not like it, people are visual in nature. So just ask yourself, am I carrying myself in the best possible way? Am I wearing the right kind of clothes? My diamond members in the room, just go and start watching the videos again, wherein I've taught you in this, that how to step your level from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, to be able to master the game of not only your communication and behavior, but also your appearance management, because we are visual in nature. So how do you appear is also, it really makes a lot of difference for you to kind of look like a speaker as well. Now the next part of it is going to be your verbal elements. What are these verbal elements? Your verbal elements is How do you use the power of the words which you're seeing? How are you adding the non-verbal elements to it? Let me just give you some of the concepts towards it. There are 5 to 6 different verbal elements which exist. One of the most powerful one, which I believe, is the pause, which I feel is pause. When I say, when Shah Rukh Khan opened his arms wide open, when Shah Rukh Khan opens his arms, millions of hearts flutter. And then I say, हम लोग प्यार पे जीते हैं. Now I could say the same line by saying, हम लोग प्यार पे जीते हैं. Or say, हम लोग प्यार पे जीते हैं. Now there is another verbal element which has come here, which is called as stress. I put the word stress on the word pyar. When I said Sachin, I again use the power of stress and pause. Both are non-verbal elements to create an impact, to increase the impact of your speech anywhere you go. When you have to talk to people, instead of going on and on and on and on and on, people don't register. Instead, use the power of talking slow at that point in time and taking a pause. Because when you take a pause, you give a non-verbal trigger to the other person that what I just said was important. How many of you are with me on that? Many of you have not realized it. We say we need to talk a lot to feel important. Rather, you need to use the power of non-verbal elements to be able to feel important and tell people that what I'm saying right now is the important part. So use the power of, the pause. If you actually see, I've also used this, that, when I say India is a pulse inside you and me. Again, stress and pause. And also, please note, also changing the tonality when I'm talking that. So instead of me saying the whole thing like millions of heart flutters when Shah Rukh Khan opens this, when such and then when I moved to the next para of my line, this was my next para. So I had four lines on each concept. When I went to the next part, I changed my tonality. India is a pulse inside you and inside me. So what happens is when you add a tonality to it, by either increasing the voice or reducing the voice, you further make it impactful. Let me just give you another example. When I said, I should have seen my speech once again to remember all the lines. When I said, India is hope at one corner. So when I say one corner, I move my hand on one corner. At one corner, there are people starving. Again, there's this tonality. I didn't say at one corner people are starving. I said at one corner people are starving, and at another corner faith is serving the humanity by running the world's largest community kitchen. If you guys need to watch it, my tonality went up because I wanted to focus there. By running the world's largest community kitchen in Golden Temple. And then when I say by running the world's largest community kitchen in Golden Temple serving, I didn't go on and on serving millions of people and doing this and that. Now we don't have to get into the explanation. It is automatic that when I'm talking about serving and then I say about community kitchen, it is natural for people to understand that now it's like serving and being able to give them. How many of you are with me on that? So you don't have to again, going to the point which I explained yesterday. You don't have to go explain everything. You can say small things, lesser things, and still be able to create that impact which you want to do it. So that's how your changes. You will use the elements of your verbal elements serving, and then I say about community kitchen. It is natural for people to understand that now. Okay, it's my life. So let me just talk about few more elements which you can have is your pause. So there are 6 of them. Your tone, which is like the emotion. Then is your pitch, which is your shrillness. Kring karke awaaz if you want to add to it. Then is your word stress, how to emphasize on each word. Then is going to be the volume. If you want to increase the volume of your voice at any point in time. And then is your rate of speech. There are going to be times when you go a little faster. There are going to be times when you go a little slower. So when I say this go slower, I would say India is a pulse inside you and me, and inside over 1.3 billion people who cry, who grow, who feel the pain, who feel the joy. So I have reduced my rate of speech because I want to create that emotion, who feel the pain, feel the joy, and yet stay together. And then I pause. India is a miracle. So the moment you say India is a miracle, automatically, if you will feel it now, your body will open. Your body will not close when saying India is a miracle. How many of you are understanding? So this is how when you read your speech, you will automatically know when my body has to go out and my body has to come inside. So I say India is a miracle. Automatically the body, because I'm talking from heart. And when I say India is my country, automatically your body will say the hand has to go to heart. See, body language, you don't need not have to copy, you just need to practice it. But once you start feeling it, the hands will move. And then I say, India is my home. So, if you actually see, it's a perfect step by step thing of moving towards your own authenticity, which I taught you on the day one. The more we go closer to our own self, the faster we're going to be seeing the results for ourselves and we're going to be making it impactful. If this all help you guys, just give me yes in the chat window. And this is how we make every there are too many elements to it, but I don't want to confuse you all. I just want you to tell you that the content is good. Now, once we have the content, we practice, and we try to make it add a part of body language to make it more impactful. That's how you take it to the next level and differentiate. And make sure that when you're making the videos, when you're doing something, you keep the camera at a level wherein your hands could be seen. Just see if you can do that where your hands could be seen. You're sitting straight and you're talking to the camera eye to eye, not down, not up, rather eye to eye.